The Welsh Driveway Grand Prix is hotting up. Richard is one race ahead of his son and determined for it to stay that way.
When he loses, he says, shut up and makes you have another race so he can win. He's terrible like that. He'll never, ever end a set of races on when he loses.
And he wins.
Right, we're going to have a deciding race. On your marks, get set, go! Christ, you can't do that!
The big race day at Wood Green has arrived. Paul O'Hara hightails it to his teammate's house with a last-minute plan which he reckons will win them silverware and glory.
These motors are banned at the club. We could stick that in it and we'd be cheating like you wouldn't believe, which we probably will.
What, put that in?
Yeah.
And that's what we're building, albeit different colours. It's the first time it's been raced, so we don't know how it's going to perform. But the thing will be built properly, if nothing else. Use the actual body line. Yeah.
What car are they racing? You're going to race a Venturi, is it?
Yeah, that's it.
It's an unproven car, so it's either going to be really good or it's going to be really bad. And if it's in Greg and Paul's hands, the latter, probably.
It could be a problem. I mean, if this car's no good, then he'll be the first one to know about it.
We'll have some of that.
Yeah, we'll have this.
Derek hopes that his pre-race ritual will give his team the winning edge.
That little round track, it's got a Sandtex surface, so it's like running the car on sandpaper. It puts a final cut, or takes a final cut off the rubber, and leaves them smooth and very grippy. But the Ferrari I'm running tonight, it's had a goodly amount of work done on it. It's had the hot water treatment to warp the chassis to the right shape. The engine's been in pieces and that's been under the microscope. The tyres have been trued up, smooth, and the magic stuff rubbed into them to give them grip. There are a lot of things you do to the car, but we'll have to have our secrets.
Tonight, as you know, is Special GT Challenge night, and it's a team event. Okay, the races are 2.5 minutes, and you go as far as you can in that time.
Paul and Greg Harwood have spared no expense. They've got some high-tech gear in a bid to keep the cup, just like the professionals.
What they are, they're radio mics, like you see in the pits of the Formula 1 teams. They're them. It's just so I can talk pit to car.
The weeks of careful preparation are over, and it's time to let the cars do the talking on the track. The teams race for 2.5 minutes in each of the 6 lanes. At the end of the night, the team that completes the most laps goes home with the trophy.
Yeah, gotcha.
Drivers, pay attention. Watch your lights.
After some hard driving, Team Harwood have built up a narrow lead and are beginning to feel confident.
So you bunch of manoeuvres, when are you going to pose a challenge then?
Best driver, white lane.
For Steve Carter, the chance of a place on the winner's podium disappears as his tried and tested Ferrari develops mechanical problems. With 2 races to go, Paul O'Hara sees the chance for his teammate to catch the Harwoods.
Take him out, Kerry. Right behind him, pull him out. Drive him out!
By the end of the race, Paul O'Hara's team fails to narrow the gap. For O'Hara, Beating his main rival means as much as winning the trophy. The draw for the final race puts them in adjacent lanes. O'Hara is determined to knock Harwood off the track just to stop them from winning.
Well, that would be me next to the Harwoods then.
Yeah.
Wee! Wee!
You want to go on brown?
Wee!
All's fair in love and motor racing, so...
Basically, you see the bad paint job? Well, the lack of paint job this has got, it's going to have half of Harwood's paint job all over it.
The chase is on. O'Hara is soon in hot pursuit of the Harwood's car. As they approach a tight bend, Harwood sees him coming and just avoids being flipped off the track. But then disaster. Harwood overthrottles, powers into a corner too fast, and the car jumps out of the slot. The crash knocks the carefully prepared engine loose. For Team Harwood, the race is over.
Oh, what happened, Paul?
One bloody accident and it has to cream the car. What was that bloody? What? It was jumping. It was jumping. I got out there and win. You got to go out there. It was jumping around. You messed it up. So you loosened it off far too much. The front end was loose.
Poor construction or bad driving. The final race has cost them dear, and they finish last. It is time for a new champion.
We're about 3 or 4 laps down on the leader, but we're in strong second place.
So we came third, which is the result, because we beat the Harwoods, that was the main thing.
The moral is never let your brother use a car.
It's unfortunately broke down while I was racing it. There you go.
Never mind. We'll be back.